Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some Avorion, and so, I'm glad everybody got such a good laugh out of me not being able to find captains. I'm old, even my 15-year-old son walked by and says, "Hey, you old man, do you want some help?" So, yeah, found some captains. Obviously, it was a little bit one of those deals where you're used to one where it's at, and then all of a sudden they change the interface, and it's not where it should be, right? Back in my day. But we have scrounged up enough material, and I've scrounged up enough money to build me a scout ship and a miner here early on. So we're going to... Now, I've already built a scout ship. I was kind of curious. Not a scout ship, a miner. And I had it destroyed relatively quickly. I think I was mining this right here. I was just using a simple scout ship, and it didn't last very long because it got raided by some pirates. So in this situation, we're going to just stick our automated miner for now in populated systems. So this one's got about 2,251 mines in it, or asteroids in it. So we're going to tell him to mine this sector for now. I'm going to do a little bit of, I guess, experimenting here because I really would like to find out what exactly if the same trigger events the game used to be like or not. So we will try this a little bit different here. Now we are going to use an exploration ship. So I'm going to be using this ship here myself. So most of the time I've been exploring is the yellow mass sectors between these two here. And I've just been selling some asteroids for cash. It's interesting, I have not found a lot of claimable asteroids. Surprisingly, I don't know if that's something they've changed in the game or what. I'm going to be using my scout ship to cover unknown energy signatures, specifically into the direction of the center of the galaxy. Now, I did find one wormhole already, and he is here. Unfortunately, he goes, as you can tell, the longer the line is, the more likely this purple line right here is going to take me all the way up to somewhere up here. We're looking for that wormhole that's going to take us up to about somewhere in here, probably, or maybe up into here. That's going to jump us out of this region in iron and titanium up into where we can get some shields. We're also trying to get over here to get more weapons, of course, because we want to get that better weaponry so we can start raiding using this warp point to go up here and start raiding some stuff. I've also, luckily enough, right off the bat, there was a place here that has 5 vehicle factories. So as we start exploring up here into the further up to the north on the map, we're going to be looking for some military outposts and see if we can get a little cargo ship running vehicles up to that. We'll have to see, of course, the amount of difference in what I'm paying for when I'm selling, at least until we get that higher end trading chip. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen me do scouting before. I usually automate it as much as I can, especially with the green unknown energy signatures. These ones right here, that one, were all unknown energy signatures. And what I usually do is if it's green, I'll tag it. Right? So now they're all highlighted. Obviously, these ones here were yellow, 1290. I've already been here. But I use these as my marker point for Exodus here. So we're going to run him to, let's see here. Here, whoops. Apparently, I need to talk to him. Orders. Stop. Alright, now we can do this. I'm sure I'm doing this wrong. I bet there's a better way of doing this now. But that's typically how we do it here. So we're going to talk to the miner, or not to the miner, to Exodus here. And we're going to run him to a couple of these points. There. And we'll have to jump him into the wild. Then we'll jump to the next green one. Yeah, there's a point right there. We'll go here. There's another one there. This one's we've already been to. We haven't been to that one. To there. Been there, been there. Yeah. So that's the route he's going to run. He's going to explore those energy signatures for me. So this is how I typically scout the green sectors while I'm not... so I don't have to do them, of course. So we're going to jump in there. So he's already found me a trading post, a resource depot, and some other stuff. So I'm going to use my main combat ship here, or actually the ship I'm wanting here, because I'm going to try to, for the most part. Now, there's a couple things I've noticed here I don't really care for. In fact, if I really want to do any building or changing anything to my ships, I have to go back to a shipyard, which is fucking insanely it's just going to make the game longer. I don't know why they did this to the game change. I find it super annoying when I have to jump back to a shipyard if I want to change anything, like say FRAD generators, or if I want to change the overall ship design. I have to be somewhere else. So he's jumped a couple hours. So he's at an anti-grav factory. Ooh, anti-grav factories. Those are always nice. And he's found that one. So we're going to get out ahead of him here a little bit. Try to jump up in here so we can find some more green. When he makes his loop around here, I'll be able to set him up for another. Yeah, when he gets back to, I think the last one was here, we'll set him up here and we can do some more exploring up here. But I'm going to go up this chain here and start out exploring yellow for the most part. Now this drift, for some reason, fucking sucks. I don't know why the ships drift so bad. Luckily, I've turned off the collision models because I'm just going to fucking run into... I'm just going to bounce off asteroids because I don't know why this drifting it does on this one, the ship that you're piloting. And nothing. Now, and that's curious. Alright, so we have a yellow sector there, a hidden mass, and we have a hidden mass there. So what we're going to do, there's a hidden mass and here's the mass. We're going to jump here. I've noticed a little bit of, for when it changes to the pirates, the way they've acted. So I've been using the probe quite a bit here to jump in and out of there, just looking for wreckage, abandoned ships, that kind of junk. Alright, so, alright, there we go, one, and so on the corner, we're going to jump out of this. We're going to jump in here and see what we can find. And if I can bring this other ship, the big ship, back in there, we'll do that. Now, I've noticed people commented on my broken skybox again, and I think I'm having problems is the recording device causes it out. Alright, so what do we got here? There's a shipyard, and nice. We got some chumps. Smuggler's hideout. Those are always nice to have. Alright, and the other one was here. So we'll jump up there and see if we can find that. There's Botan. We got some more asteroids here to mine if we have to. Alright, let's get back to exploring. And we'll jump up to the next section. Large amount of... Ooh, there we go. Alright, so I do like the new use of the N with the new look at. And like I said, once again, this is weird. It's like you're not finding a whole lot of claimable asteroids. There is a container field. But no claimable asteroids. And wait, what do we got here? Oh, there's one nice big chunk of titanium. I need to get further away from where I'm at now. Start getting into that better titanium. So we have, yeah, that worked out pretty well. Let's jump back to Thurndall and we'll keep exploring here. I think he's done with his Exodus is done with his, no, he's got a couple more to jump to, 197, and I think that's about it. So he's made this loop here. We'll jump over a little bit further over this way, and then I think we'll highlight this, and he can keep going back up, further up. Yeah, so he's found one scrapyard. And we'll do another set of coordinates for him to jump to. We really need to get another mining ship up here. I need to find some more titanium to build another mining ship. All right. Let's see here. Let's tag sector. Tag sector. Tag sector. Where are we at here? Tag sector. Tag sector. All right. So let's talk to Exodus. And we'll jump him to that one because there's nothing there. That one. All right, so he's going to explore those regions for me here. So we have one unknown mass hidden sector there. So let's jump up that way. We'll explore that sector. Then we should be on our way. Other thing I'm not terribly excited about is the battery. I don't have battery. I'm going to have to redesign some ships, and it's kind of pissing me off a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I don't usually use batteries. I know it was way back in the game that way. Back in the day, I didn't use batteries because you usually just generated enough energy. You didn't have to worry about it. All right. Jump out in the probe. Jump here. And then we'll just call it for now. What I will be doing, though, is I think on Wednesday night, if you have my Discord, jump in on my Discord on Wednesday night. And we'll discuss if anybody wants to come, and we'll play. Early on in the game, it would be nice to have a couple guys with me. We can do a video, part of the video series on 5 kilometers. They didn't care. However, all right. This one's a little different. There's lots of stuff here. Immediately pay the price. Yeah, so there's a nice big chunk of titanium. And I'm still not seeing a lot of claimable asteroids. At all, actually. Sorry, I'm used to my old way of doing it where I set it up here in the sun. And I can just kind of work my way through it quick. I'm still not seeing claimable asteroids anywhere. This thing's like it would be just absolutely crawling with them. There's one claimable asteroid there. Can I get close enough without having to deal with... Yeah, let's do it. 15 kilometers ain't that bad. I'm also kind of curious the power these guys have. He is a global pirates. So let's see if we can go around him. Just use our probe to pick him. See if we can go around him and get in behind those guys. Usually there used to be about 5 kilometers you can go without having to trigger them. However, might be a little bit different here. 10 to the asteroid, 8.5 to the. Just do a little bit of a science experiment here to find out how long it's going to take them to piss them off. 118 Omicron. That's good to know. I got 79 currently on my ship, so probably not a good thing to get in a fight. Okay, we're at 5.97 to him. 6. All right, so we've passed that point of getting caught. I'm also kind of. Okay, so he's already warned me that he is not happy with me. 5.74. Seem to be golden. All right, let's zoom in here and collect him. If I lose my probe, it's not a big deal. Pick up a quick A little bit of cash right here. Asteroids changed a little bit of shape too, didn't it? Alright, so we're going to do it for most amount of money. Yeah. So up to 1.3 million. I wonder if it triggers them then when you... Okay, we've stayed away from them. As long as we stayed away from them, now we're within our 5 kilometers. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's no longer 5 kilometers. He's not moving, so he's got 71.1 Omicron. It's about typically what I have for my ships, or the one I currently have guns on at least. But yeah. Alright, we're going to jump out of this. We're going to jump. Alright, so he's already up to a different faction. So it looks like we got one faction between another faction. Interesting. Shipyard. Noble metal mine. Just some asteroids. Probably right there would be... that should be all mining ships. So there should be either some claimable asteroids there or secret stashes or something like that. Now I did find one abandoned ship there with a lot of ore and a lot of ore here. So we'll be back to that. All right, fellas, there is, yeah, we'll just keep working on this and we'll see how it rolls. Thanks for watching, guys. Or thanks for watching me struggle through this new game and interface. So you guys have a good night.